Alright, so welcome to Photoshop. So today we're going to go over how to colorize just about anything. So we're under the assumption that for some reason we don't want this flower this color, so we want to change it. Now we can change the whole entire flower, but what if we just want to change one section of it? Like, let's say we like the purple, but we want to change the inside part of this yellow to a different color. So what we're going to do is go up here to select and hit color range. Now color range isn't great for everything, but a lot of times if you have like a background blue behind trees, this is something that's great that can really help in selecting because it's looking just for the color in your image. So in this case we're going to go ahead and just click on yellow, and so over here you can see it's selected just that color yellow. As you slide this fuzziness up, it's going to select more values of the yellow. If you slide it down, less values. So put it low. You can also hold your shift key, so you can see up here, notice I hold my shift key, I'm getting the little plus. I can add another of those colors to this. So if there's some more colors than just the yellow, like we want to select this red as well, now I can just go ahead and shift click, and now I can kind of slide that and get that selection. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK, and that selection actually looks pretty good. So the next step here is we're going to go up here to Hue Saturation, or you can go to Layer, New Adjustment, Layer, and then over to Hue Saturation, which is right here, and you're going to go ahead and hit OK. It's just easier to click Hue Saturation here. So you notice when we did that, it used the selection to make a mask. So now when we go into this and change the color, it's only going to be in that specific area. So I can go ahead and come down here and click on Colorize. Now obviously that doesn't look good. We can raise this back up, and I can slide this, and we can change this color to anything we want. So just kind of go around here, see what we got. So let's say we like this green. The problem with this green, it's a little bit too neon. So this is where sliding that saturation level can drop it down. You can also use lightness. So lightness is going to brighten that color, and it's also going to darken that color. So you can kind of adjust that till you get something that you like. So we're just going to come in here and kind of fool with that and get it to exactly where we would want it. And so if I wanted all purple, or I wanted to add a little bit of magenta, we can go ahead and slide that around until we get this flower looking exactly how we want it to look. So that's the first one. So we're going to come over here to this second image, and I'm going to show you how to not only select the color but then add to the mask and make it just a little bit easier. So we have this old car here, and it's blue, and for some reason we want to change this to a different color. So once again we're going to go up to select and hit color range, and I'm just going to click on this light value up here, and you'll see I've got my fuzziness up pretty high, so I'm going to lower that down for now. So we've got some different shades of blue. So once again I'm going to shift click some different areas of this car, so that looks a whole lot better. Now notice it's picking the sky because the sky is the same color, which is not a huge issue. So we'll just slide that. That looks pretty good. We'll eventually get rid of this, and I will go ahead and hit OK. So we have this selection here on our image, and once again we're just going to make a hue saturation adjustment layer, and now it's created a mask. If you want to see your mask, you can, on a Mac, you can hold down the Alt Option key and click on that, and there you go. There is the mask that we created. So you can see it's not perfectly selected. So if we want to add to this mask, we can take our brush and take white. If we come up here to normal and switch this to overlay, now what's going to happen, I'm going to increase my brush size a bit here, it's going to select any of the white values because I'm using this. It's not going to select anything in the dark areas. It's just going to add to the selection the white area and deselect, not deselect, it's not going to really add to the dark selection in this case. Then you can flip this and do the exact opposite. Now it's going to darken the dark areas and not affect the light areas of your image. So the issue with this car here is that it's picking this area as well. We don't want that selected. So we're going to change our blending mode up to normal. And now we're just going to paint 100% straight black into this image. And so what we're just doing is saying, hey, we don't want any of this area to be selected, so we want to just get rid of it all. So we're just going to come in here and crudely darken this area up. I'm not going to do this perfect. Now in this window, I'm not going to paint it away yet, but eventually we're going to have to get rid of that. So it's picking up the blue reflection that's actually up in the sky that it sees. So do a little X, make that brush a little smaller, sort of paint most of the way. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'm not going to sit here and spend hours trying to get this selection exactly right, because we can eventually go up here and get rid of it. So I'm going to hold down that Alt or Option key and click that again, and so we're back into our regular mode. I'm going to click on the Hue Saturation, and now we're going to go ahead and hit Colorize. So we're going to change this color. We'll make it this kind of red wine looking color. So you notice as we adjusted this color of this car, it's not changed in any of the areas except for where we have the white in the mask. Now we've got some issues here. If we kind of zoom in, you can see we kind of missed this area, missed this area, missed this area. Not a big deal at all. So any area that we've missed, we can just come in. If we want to add to the selection, we just want to paint the color white. So we're going to come in here and paint the color white. And anything that we want to get rid of, which is this window up here, we can paint black. So I'm just taking my brush and adding black to the mask, and it's getting rid of that colorization. Now, this is not perfect. I need to really kind of zoom in and get this a little bit more accurate, but I'm not going to spend the time doing it here on the tutorial. So if you guys want to come in here and really spend some time and get this really nice looking, it's easy to do. It's just a matter of coming in here and painting white and black. So this that you see in these lenses here, it looks blue, which was the other color. It's part of maybe it being a reflection, but remember, this is chrome and it's reflecting the sky up here as well. So some of this coloring that we're seeing in the chrome parts that's blue, it's not really a fact of that the car was blue, though some of it is. Kind of depends on what the chrome is seeing as the reflection. Some of it is also that it's just reflecting the sky that we see up here in the reflection. So this chrome is seeing this sky up here, and that's why that's blue. Same reason that this up here is blue in this part of the car. So we need some white, and we can get rid of that little area and add that. And so what you would want to do when you want to, if you want to get a really, really accurate selection, is obviously one, you could use the pen tool, is you want to make your brush smaller and harder. So the smaller and harder it is, the more exact you're going to be able to come in here and brush. So right here I've kind of gone over, so I can just flip that out and I can paint some of that away. And eventually you're going to get this to exactly how you want it to look. And once the mask is really good, you can constantly always go back, click on this, and if you want the color to be green, you can make it green. We can increase that vibrance a little bit, and now we have a green car. And this works for just about any color or any type of object in Photoshop that you need to or want to change the color of for whatever reason. Hopefully this was helpful. You learned a little bit today. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below, and thanks for watching.